Hello! You have never seen me before here on YouTube. Why? Because this is my first video. And well, if you like languages, if you're learning languages, stay tuned because I'm going to show you a little bit of how I learned English. Because, you know, I'm talking to you in English right now, but I haven't always spoken this beautiful, incredible language. I hope you cannot see, I hope you cannot hear a lot of this background noise that I have here because I live very near to a highway. As you can see, a little bit of stuttering here because, like I said, this is not my native language and this is very new to me. I'm just starting out this YouTube channel and I don't actually know how to speak in front of a camera. But if you want to learn how to learn a language, because yes, this is a very important thing that you have to listen to. So listen up. You have to learn how to learn a language, because you know a lot is said about how to learn a language and about how to learn anything, but what many people do not tell you is how to actually learn the language efficiently. And here in this channel I would like to debunk all myths, and I would like to help you in that journey towards mastering language, because you know I speak my native language, which is, well, but my native language is Portuguese. You know, I speak Portuguese natively. Also I learned this language, this incredible language, you know, English as a second language. And then thirdly, I learned Spanish. And now I have a great, I mean, not a great, because, you know, I cannot, you know, motorcycle, I think you heard it. I don't speak a lot of it, but I can understand more than I can speak so far. But I speak a little bit of, you know, French, and I know a few words in Italian as well. But I still haven't got my Italian to the next level, to fluency. But I know how to do it, and I will do it eventually, but not now, because I'm focusing on some other, you know, some other milestones in my life that I want to achieve before. But here, what you gotta do, you know, when you learn your first language, may it be English, Portuguese like mine, or any other language in the world that you speak, the way you learned it, you know, from a baby was through immersion, right? You were born into that culture, and then you grew up speaking, listening, reading, whatever in that language. So everything was happening in that language. But then you may ask me, well, okay, but now I'm an adult. How will I be able to learn a language like a child, like a baby, if I no longer will grow up and listen to that language a lot? Well, you can do that in your own home. That's what I did with English. You know, I never traveled abroad. So, you know, a lot of people say that you have to travel abroad to learn a language, and that's not true. That's not true. You can learn a language from the comfort of your house. Just like I'm doing here. I'm in my bed here, so there's a wall behind me, and I'm here in my bedroom, right? And I can learn English or any other language here. So, but I'm just, you know, speaking way too much here. What I want to get to the point and stop beating around the bush. So, okay, wait. I think I have to sneeze. Well, wait. No, maybe not. Anyway, so the way you can immerse yourself truly in the language is by consuming content that you love. Of course, that in the beginning, probably you will not be able to, you know, only and truly enjoy the content because you are a novice, you're a beginner, and then you're gonna learn a few words first. But then after you move on your level of understanding and comprehension in language, you'll be able to dive into, you know, content that you truly love. In my case, I am an environmental technician, so I love gardening and, you know, nature content. So I always look for that in my in my language that I'm learning. But what I like to do, I don't have any example here, but you know, this is a child book I have here anyway. So what I've got to do is you have to try to look for texts, beginner texts, and always get the text with an audio file for that text. That way it will literally drastically improve your comprehension over time, because here's how you're gonna do it. I'm gonna read the text. You're gonna find 5 or 10 words per day that you don't know in that text, and then it will put it in a context. So remember, never ever get you know, a separate list of words. That's not efficient at all for your brain, you know. So you're gonna put the words into context, right? So for example, let's say you learn the word toad. Okay, it's the past form of the verb tell. It doesn't help you in anything unless you put it into a context. For example, you can learn an expression with that. So I was told. So in my native language, that would be a little bit of a different way to express it, but that's an important, building block of the English language. I was told a lie, for example, right? So that's what I gotta try to do in your target language. You gotta try to learn, expressions that you use daily with native speakers. And then two things that are gonna have to take away from this video. You have to read a lot, and you have to listen a lot, because in my opinion, and I would say that perhaps a lot of polyglots, they would say that you have to focus firstly on understanding, on your comprehension, because comprehension is key. So after you understand a lot, it will just overflow the knowledge and the comprehension and all of the input that you had. Because think here with me, let's think through something. Let's say you are, because I garden too, right? So let's say I'm filling up a bucket of water. Every drop will be adding up to filling that bucket. And if I do not shut the water off, then the bucket will overflow. So you can see some mistakes here. Of course, this is not my native language, but the important thing is that you are understanding what I'm saying. So I'm communicating, I'm getting my point across. That's what is important, right? Even though I may stutter a little, or I make some grammatical errors or whatever, it doesn't matter. So this bucket of water will overflow eventually if you do not shut the water off. And the same thing will happen to your language. You will learn it in such a way through immersion that one day it will just overflow, and it will speak to other people, and people will understand you, and it may even change your life as it changed mine. And one day I will tell you the story of how learning English changed my life, like literally completely for the best. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you like this video. If you like, consider subscribing. This is a new channel on YouTube, and here I would like to debunk all myths, and I would like to take you along for this journey of how to learn languages efficiently.